Maybe this is the sweetest of all, given what he's been through.
Including drug addiction, alcohol abuse and even time in prison. Tony Adams is considered one of Arsenal's greatest ever players, but off the pitch, life wasn't quite kicking in the right direction. It was nearly 30 years ago when he became one of the most high-profile recovering addicts in the country, and now he's supporting those facing that same battle here in the county.
You've got people here that are no different from me. We're in the same kind of, whether it's a footballer, this illness doesn't discriminate. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're the groundskeeper at Margate or you're a postman or a doctor or a nurse or a professional footballer. It's the same illness, and there's a certain way out of that illness, and we need connection, we need friends, and there's a lot of people in this that I've met today that have got that connection, that have been through the same process. Some of them's gone through quickly, some of them slowly. My journey was now 29 years of recovery, a day at a time.
So would the Tony in your addiction recognise the Tony now in recovery?
Jesus, I was scared of that man. He was a frightened little boy, and when you're frightened and scared, they're quite dangerous. We've got this thing in recovery, we say like that little boy wanted a big hug, but I was putting up the face, you couldn't talk to me. I wouldn't have done interviews like this, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, go away, you know what I mean? Too scared. But now you can see me, you can see who I am, warts and all.
Well, he might be Mr. Arsenal and have captained for England on the pitch, but the legacy that Tony wants to live on is that help and support offered to those facing addiction and now in recovery just like him, especially here in East Kent.
I've struggled with addiction for years really. I think I was born one, but I lost my mum to suicide in 2008 and sort of struggled ever since really. I know that's not an excuse, but I just never really knew what to do, and I went into rehab in July last year, and yeah, been really lucky with it really.
To be honest, when I was in addiction, I didn't really know much about recovery, and as a man to ask for help is quite difficult. Now I would ask for help for anything because I know that it's there. And while I was in prison, Forward Trust come to me and I went to fellowship meetings and stuff like that, and then I realised that this is my opportunity, so I took it with both hands. It's been a very difficult year. It's been one of the hardest years of my life.
While each journey is different, many say they've only been able to bench their addictions with guided support from charities like Forward Trust and idols like Tony, both on and off the pitch. Abby Hook for KMTV in Margate.